Hello, hello. How's it going?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
Oh, living the dream. Wednesday, but hey, long weekend.
It is a long weekend. It's too bad that doesn't mean anything for me whatsoever.
It just means I have one-ish fewer jobs that I have to do that day.
Yeah, I have fewer meetings to take and less people to bother me, but I will still be lacquered to my desk as usual. We get a decent AMA today. I'm excited. We have news, actually.
I mean, I'm pretty excited to see the reception.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, we've gotten a lot done last couple weeks. There's a lot more coming.
Okay, if you guys would all help spam and get people in here, we can get started here in a minute.
How are you guys doing? Sorry for being a few minutes late, mom duties and all that. My son started a job and conveniently he had to be there at 1 o'clock, which is the same time as the AMAs. So I dropped him off early.
Bombing real hard.
Yep.
How's your week going, Silver Dust?
It's pretty good. Lots of exciting stuff happening, which we'll share with everybody soon, but it's been really good. Work My day job's been good. I help people after disasters, and so got quite a few people taken care of this week, and so it's rewarding. So it's been nice.
That's gotta feel nice.
It does. It's one of those jobs that makes you feel better as a person, and so you can't miss that.
Right on. It's good. We got some more people coming in. I guess I should open up our announcements page. Got some good stuff to talk about today. Very excited. I think I'm more excited about the stuff we still can't talk about yet, though.
Isn't that how it always works? It's like Christmas. Something cool is going to happen, but you can't tell everybody yet.
Yeah, well, and that as we're coming out of the I would as we're like feels like we're moving from like setup to go mode,
Mhm.
and as we're moving into go mode, the information flow changes that are coming is, I think that's the part that's going to be the most interesting to adjust to, because now lots more people are going to want more information,
Oh, for
so
sure.
having to keep that spigot moving. I kind of like that's why the weekly updates are so interesting to me, and why I've kind of leaned into it a bit here versus like having hated it in the past, because it does really get to show you progress, and it's nice to be able to move stuff through the from new business to old business and have it be done. So
All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. Um, I'll go over, the fun stuff for the foundation, and then you guys can listen to Master Jedi talk about the even more fun stuff from the dev side. Um, there are a couple cool things that are happening with our YouTube channel. So Andre was kind enough to share some of the stats with me before, and we are at, let's see, 1,400 views, 220 hours of watch time, and 140 plus subscribers now. So it's really rewarding to see that that is reaching you guys. And I know I've seen some comments from the community saying that they may not, depending on where in the world they are, they may not be able to make the time that we have it now. So them being able to go onto YouTube or see the transcripts and recap everything, it's really awesome.
that's great.
Miski also has his Schiller rewards. So he had two winners. Miski, if you want to point or do the spins in the main chat, I can go ahead and announce. So the two winners are Glory and Emerald for the bonus Stardust. So it's 100,000 Stardust for each. So that's pretty cool. And then we have, let me get logged back into the governance. Okay. So as you guys know, the NFTs for our Shimmer collection are up on OpenSea. So we decided to start those off as an auction. So minimums are on there. And then if that's the way you guys choose to help with the project, I know a lot of people are still working on getting their Shimmer collection all panned out. So those are exciting opportunities. There are 2 Shimmer Omnisites up, so I know I personally am going to work on getting one. So just beware. I'm coming for you guys if you're interested in those. We are still working on our lunar volume improvement plan. Part of that was hiring, looking through and interviewing different market makers and things like that. So we have hired one. We're in the process of finishing the paperwork, so we can't announce who it is just yet. But as soon as we finish that stuff, we will let you guys know. And we're honestly very impressed. Out of all of the ones that we interviewed, which were several, I mean, it was what, like a week and a half, 2 weeks of interviews, Jedi?
Yep. I just had another one today, in fact.
See, so we're pretty excited. I think they're going to do some wonderful things for us. They are really great at communication, letting us know different trends, different things like that. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. Let's see. We're still working on updating CMC and BSC scan, CoinMarketCap, all that good stuff. And then we have also, like I said, begun the process of getting the market makers situated. We've applied for the Telegram verified status and are waiting for final decision. That's all on their plate right now, right, Master Jedi? We got all the stuff in. We're just waiting for them.
If I didn't know any better, I would think Telegram was run by a crypto company because they're virtually impossible to get a hold of. We submitted through their bot. I have emailed repeatedly asking for an answer, and I've gotten no response whatsoever. So we're just waiting. But we qualify and we meet all the requirements. So whenever they get around to it.
Fair. We can only hurry up and wait. So good news on the lunar tutorials. I know we had spoke a little bit about that as far as them are going to be videos. They're going to be short and easy to understand from different platforms. We and Andre and Master Jedi have finished like 10 or more, and then I know 4 more is going to be finished this week, and we plan on releasing those before the end of the month. So we're pretty excited about that. I've peeked at a couple of those and looked them over, and I'm excited. I think they look amazing, and I think they give you the information in a way that it's something that everybody can understand from whatever level of crypto you are, whether it's someone that's brand new or someone that has been here a while and just, trying to figure out what they need to do where. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited about integrating those videos with the Telegram automated messages that we've been working on, because I know people ask, like, how do you get into the governance platform? How do you sign into the beta app? How do you, we're going to have all that stuff covered, and there'll be really simple, straightforward commands that you'll be able to run, especially for people that are in the community already, supporting new people coming into the community, which hopefully we'll start seeing a pretty decent increase on that here soon. So just, continuing to not only get these things done for you folks, but then provide the tools so that we can all help our fellow DAO members get up to speed.
Absolutely. Now we have also updated new materials for the Shill Vault, basically, giving, as we update things for the foundation and everything, new materials are available for there. Their cleanup for Lunar.io is in progress, but Master Jedi has completed the LunarCrystals.io update, and it looks amazing. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Thank you. Yeah, there was we didn't have a blog yesterday. And I just basically put nose to the grindstone and got a bunch of posts over and whatnot. And so we're able to fix some layout issues that have been there since the original Lunar days. Some problems that were plaguing the designers on the original team. We're able to get a bunch of new blog posts in there. And just to people kind of understand the strategy moving forward, we're going to have blog posts on the main site, but when you go to look for information about the crystals or Lunar Mint or anything like that, each of the product websites are going to have their own complete content system. So we'll also be resyndicating those posts on those sites. So basically, if you're a Lunar Mint customer, you're going to want to go and see any posts about Lunar Mint. You're not going to want to have to go all over the place to try to figure out what's going on. So each product page will be kind of the central hub for where to get information about that. And now that we have these things worked out and the websites are getting updated, you're going to start seeing more of the information that has been exclusive to the governance platform start to show up on these sites. So we're working through that particular process now, and I'll share more about the rest of that here in just a minute.
That's awesome. So at the end of the month, Val and I are going to be attending the Blockchain Economy Summit in London. It's a chance for us to kind of increase the awareness of Lunar to different contacts. There's a bunch of basically people in the community, as far as like people from Gate, people from Binance, people from everywhere, NFT artists, every kind of aspect as far as things go. It's just a really good way to commingle and get ideas. We had some t-shirts and some hoodies made that have like the Lunar website on it, and kind of do brand awareness there. We're going to have business cards to hand out that points them to the wonderful things of Lunar. And I was able to get our NFTs displayed in their gallery, so there's going to be over 3,000 attendees at the event. We will get to do like a video on a 55-inch HD display in their gallery. So we get to do 3 of our NFTs in like a video. And so I'm excited to be able to, increase the awareness of those, because honestly, like I said, the art brought me here and it's just absolutely breathtaking. And I'm very excited about that.
Absolutely.
I think for the most part, it's pretty much, for more info on the Shillers, is Miss Q is letting me know that they're up to 40. So it's really nice. They can kind of help boost positive posts. They can kind of help report things that are, especially when people dox things, it's really nice to have that group. So if you want to be more involved as far as those things, it's a great way to kind of have coordinated information there. Ideas for posting on Twitter, or retweeting things. It just makes it really nice. So I think as far as that goes, that's pretty much it for our side. Jedi, if you want to take it away.
Drop in, suckers. It's going to be a few minutes. All right. So let's talk dev stuff first before I get into other things. So we've finished work on the ERC20 and ERC721 contract upgrades. We have gone through a testing phase for that, and we've run into a challenge that we're working through right now, in that basically we have been relying up to this point on work done by one of our previous hires. It was a big name hire that you folks were aware of back when it was still the Lunar DeFi days. Relying on that work for the contract releases. Turns out that work did not have a ton of experience in doing contract upgrades, because most people don't do contract upgrades. It's kind of dumb in my opinion, because there's a lot of bugs out there, but it is what it is. So we're running into an issue where the contract memory space is being corrupted when we publish our latest release. You might think, wow, that doesn't sound great. Well, it's crypto, so it's not. If we were to push this contract to production as it is, it would corrupt memory for wallets and all those other things, and that's not good. So we are right now re-engineering the release process to be able to do increased amount of validation on how the contracts get deployed to make sure that the upgrades go properly. Instead of relying on work from a previous contractor, we're taking ownership of that process. We've been tearing it apart, understanding how it works, and then rebuilding it the right way. For those of you that, probably nobody in the room, but potentially some of you that may hear this on YouTube, have been like, well, gosh, why can't the team move faster? Why did they pick not to use the same technologies that everybody else is using? Why does this crap take so long? They could have been done by now, et cetera, et cetera. This is the kind of crap that we deal with when we do things the way things have been done in crypto. Everybody's so focused on slapdashing things together so they can have a product out the door, and then the end result sucks. And oh, by the way, everything's permanent on the blockchain. And so if you made a mistake and didn't do it right, you were stuck with it forever. Or your money is locked on the contract and it's gone and nobody can touch it. So the technology, so you might think like, oh, well, they picked to do .NET instead of JavaScript, so that's why it's taking so long. Yeah, that has an impact on it in some ways. But there's no .NET in their Solidity contracts, folks. And the Solidity ecosystem's pretty crap. So we are innovating where we need to innovate in order to make sure that these things can get out the door with the level of precision that people should expect. And we are doing things in the industry that people are too busy screwing other things up in order to deal with. And so that's why, and for the last few weeks, there have been some check marks that have gone unchecked in the weekly updates because that stuff takes time. We are moving forward. We do have a time frame on when that's going to get done, and we're working on getting those updates out the door. Just to refresh everybody's memory, those updates are to separate out our centralized exchange wallets from other types of wallets, and to also break out the development tax so that the development team can have a clear, easy to see, easy to understand budget. And that once that's done, we're going to break out the 6% tax into different buckets so that you guys can have more insight into exactly, what kind of revenue is being generated from token volume. So that's enough of that. We have mentioned, as it's been 2 weeks, so I get to go through some of the old stuff too. So we've spun up a new staging environment in Azure to support our next round of Lunar platform releases. For those of you that are good at reading the tea leaves, you may know what that's about. For those of you that aren't, we're getting ready to ship a version of Lunar Portfolio for LNR token holders. That is the first bit of new information that we're putting out. We're hoping to have that done within the next couple weeks. It is being timed with some other information, and so we'll have more news on exactly when that is happening as soon as we can. We also deployed another Lunar platform update. So for NFT holders, there's been a new release of Lunar Portfolio that fixes a number of issues that were reported by the community. It also fixed some things with sizing and layout, if I remember correctly. So I'm happy about that. And we deployed platform updates to support the database changes required for the OpenSea NFT sale. Next up, new business. So we have finally implemented LIP 7, which was around the NFT metadata changes to support PowerPoints. Not presentations, by the way, even though that's one of my favorite things in the world, as the directors can attest. Those are crystal PowerPoints. And we burned the remaining tokens in the Binance NFT account. That was not easy or fun, by the way. So if you have a Lunar Crystal NFT in your wallet, pop that sucker open, long press on your NFT and hit refresh. It'll update your metadata to the latest metadata. You will now have PowerPoints in the system, and those PowerPoints are going to be useful in a number of ways in the Lunar ecosystem. Very excited about that. And we're still working through. So we did 3 .NET releases last week, in the last 2 weeks. Sorry, and we're working through the blockchain release structure and schedule. So that's it on the development side. So first new piece of information, the platform or the portfolio for LNR holders is coming. Where to go next? So outside of software development, the bulk of my time has been spent on the volume improvement plan. I know some people had questions about where we're at on that plan and had questions on where to go to find that out. So in the announcements section in the governance platform, there's a post called Increasing LNR Trading Volume, and that has a checklist, just like the weekly updates on what else needs to be done. I want to point out that releasing this volume improvement plan basically tripled the amount of work that had to be done in order to be able to get out the door. We're still targeting our internal targets for the software. We tripled the amount of work that needed to be done in order to get the token moving again. And we are actively checking off items in that list. So today I'm excited to announce that we have 2 complete sections crossed off on that list. We have the lunarcrystals.io page. It's fully up and running. We've updated the site design. We've got Google Analytics and the Twitter tracking pixels in place. We have the OpenSea token sale on there and featured. Every link that goes to OpenSea goes directly to our portal to support the crystals. And I've got some details about that here in a second. Don't let me forget. We've got all of the Lunar Crystal stuff that was on lunar.io has been moved over to the new page. We've tied into Lunar Mint, and we're syndicating all crystals related content to the new crystals blog. So you might be like, well, what does that have to do with LNR? Well, it has to do with our web presence needs to not suck. It needs to be, I've been saying this in Telegram over the last 5 months. Our online presence have kind of devolved into Fat Thor just a little bit. The websites all needed updating, structure designs, adjustments, getting the profiles for the directors in and all that fun stuff. So we had to get Fat Thor in shape. Lunar crystals are an important part of the ecosystem. And so when you come on and we're driving traffic on Twitter and whatnot to the Lunar ecosystem, I want to make sure that site stands on its own and speaks for itself. And so we got that squared away. So that's one item in there. And the second item was the crystal sale. So we wanted to make sure in the crystal sale that the profile was directing you to details about our crystal sale, that the blog post talks about exactly what you get, exactly what you have access to when you buy a crystal, and the utility that you get out of it. So we have 175 crystals we're going to be selling. The first, I think, 18 are shimmers. They're the only shimmers left. The 2 omnisite shimmers, those are the only omnisite shimmers that are available in the first run, period. So if you want them, go get them. 100% of the proceeds go to supporting the project. And I want to remind people the reason why we're doing this. I'm sure some of the fudders are going to be out there being like, oh, well, they're just trying to get more money for the project, whatever, blah, blah, blah. No, like that's not all of it, okay? The first thing is we want more people to have access to our software before anybody else gets it. So there's 600 and something token holders or lunar crystal holders. We want that number to be bigger. So we're releasing more crystals so that more people can get their hands on them. Second, we want the Genesis collection to be verified on OpenSea. Now, in order for that to happen, we've met all of the requirements except for one. You have to do 100 ETH worth of transactions on OpenSea. Previous sales do not count. That means that we have to drive $150,000 worth of transactions on OpenSea in order to get there. Number 3, we are trying to raise money for the ecosystem. We're getting ready to launch our first software as a service products. We've got a lot going on, and we need to make sure that we have the funds to get there. The last one that benefits all token holders is we're trying to, like, these sales also have the effect of raising the floor price for the tokens. So trying to get them visible in the ecosystem, trying to get them trending on OpenSea's front page, trying to get these things in more people's hands, visible in more places, so that we drive interest in those tokens themselves while we continue to drive utility for the token. So those are the big reasons we're doing that. We need your, like, whether or not you believe in supporting the project and buying them in a way that helps keep everything moving. That 150K target is incredibly important to getting visibility in the OpenSea ecosystem. So 18 crystals out there now, more on the way. Please feel free to pick some up and support this project. Moving on. So 2 of the 7 tasks are totally done. We'll continue to work through Lunar.io and getting that up to speed. I've already been hard at work at those changes. And once that's squared away, you're going to start seeing us make some moves on CMC. We have a number of things in the work to try to take more advantage of our followers on our old profiles and all that fun stuff. Like everything else dealing with a crypto company, it's a gigantic pain in the butt. People aren't responsive, whatever, but we're working through those things as quick as we can. Which leads me to my next announcement. Oh, actually, before I'm gonna tease it just a little bit longer. So before I get to the big one, we mentioned yesterday on CMC, I had a chance while we were digging through a support ticket from the migration, had a chance to review the original spreadsheet that was used to do the migration and to get everybody their new Lunar tokens. In that process, we learned that even though it's been a rocky 5 months, even though that we've dealt with a lot of fudders, a lot of people that have been unhappy with the DAO transition, a lot of there's a lot of vocalness about that on certain platforms. The overwhelming majority of you, 98.5% to be exact, have stuck around. Are still holding LNR and are supporting this ecosystem. We have only lost a net of 588 wallets since the migration in 5 months. So, like 120 wallets a month. Do I like losing holders? Of course not. Would love for everybody to stay. But given everything that we as a community have been through, for 98.5% of you to stick around, that's pretty awesome. So I just wanted to, on behalf of the foundation, say thanks for that. Appreciate everybody sticking with us. And I hope you're excited for the next phase. The beginning of that next phase, I'm very excited to announce that we have our first new DEX listing as a DAO. We are now listed and live on SushiSwap. You can go in on SushiSwap and trade Lunar natively without having to paste in the contract. That was not just as simple as filling out a form. We had to be vetted, just like a centralized exchange. And this actually got done a couple weeks ago, but we had to wait for them to deploy it because their deployment systems are not quite as sophisticated as ours. So we that just went live last night. It's out as of right now. And that's our first exchange listing of any kind as a DAO. Very excited. We'll be working to get that worked into our CMC and CoinGecko profiles and make sure they are on there as listed. I've been researching other big tokens that have both DEX and CEX listings, and we have a number of additional ones that are in the pipeline in terms of decentralized exchanges. And when we have more information on those and we've confirmed they're live, we'll share them with you. So super excited about that. Feel like there's more in there somewhere, and I'm sure there's plenty of stuff to talk about, but I feel like that's a good place to stop for now. And we can take some questions, go from there. So if you got a question, feel free to raise your hand, and we'll go from there.
I was following chat, so I was delayed a bit. Let's see. I know there was a
No
couple
worries.
questions in the AMA questions, and I think it specifically pertains to you. I know
Yeah.
you've kind of gone over it already for Lunar Near about the issues with the upgrade. So I think that one was kind of answered. Near, did you have more specific questions, or did he answer that enough for you?
Yeah,
Hopefully.
feel free to come up and I can get more specific if you need me to.
Yeah.
Is he in the room?
Initiate
Yeah,
one
he
of
is in the
those.
room.
He is. Oh, he said it was more than enough. Wonderful.
Okay,
Um,
awesome.
And I think that was basically the only thing. Wait. Oh, make Valander, Valander tell the dad joke. Okay, I'm down for that. What do you got, Val?
Ooh, ask me if I'm a tree.
Are you a tree?
Nope.
Oh, that's terrible.
That was awesome, Val. Good job.
I got a bonus one, but it's a knock knock joke, but you have to start it.
Knock
Knock
knock.
knock.
Who's there?
I don't know who's there. That's terrible too.
That one works great on 7-year-olds, and they have no idea what to do.
No, I mean I paused there for a second. I'm like, wait, I don't know.
To start it. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. I do want to, since I'm not seeing anybody raise their hands real quick, I want to bring up something that's been going on in the Telegram and bring up some reminders. So we have been, look, we're in crypto. Crypto has varying degrees of technical skill required to use it. There are way more jerks out there trying to steal your money than if you keep cash in your pocket. And as a crypto token, we take steps within our ecosystem to try to minimize scammers and try to make sure that as we find them, we flush them out. As a project, as a business, as an ecosystem, we are not responsible for your crypto wallet any more than we're responsible for the wallet that's in your back pocket or your purse. So please be careful out there, folks. We post frequently in the channels. Don't post your private key. Don't post your seed phrase. Do not send anybody screenshots of the QR code to clone your wallet. If you do those things, you are giving somebody your wallet. They will drain all of your tokens and they will be gone. And at that point, as much as we would love to help, it is not our responsibility, nor do we have the ability to replace the tokens that were in your wallet any more than it would be the bank's responsibility to replace the cash in your billfold if you were robbed at gunpoint. Having said that, I understand that there's like, if you have a debit card and somebody, takes your debit card, you can stop your debit card and a bank will FDIC, there's a process for disputing transactions. There's no such process in crypto. It's not like somebody just took your card, like your whole wallet is gone at that point. You cannot use it. You cannot transfer more money into it. If any tokens are left, you have to get them out and get them into a brand new wallet and a brand new account, and not just like create another account in the same wallet because the same seed phrase will still be there and they'll take those too. Like it's really important that if you are going to participate in the crypto ecosystem, that you educate yourself and you protect yourself. Because if something happens to your wallet, there's nothing we can do about it. Besides, what I was able to do last night is report the scam wallet to a BSC scam. That's it. That's all I can do. So watch out for fake Telegram groups. The only Telegram group about Lunar that you should be in is it's t.me/LNRDAO. and also in the show group if you want to show. That's it. There's no other support group. I've noticed that there's somebody called customer support that tries to lurk in our forums, and they don't actually join the group. They just watch our group, and then they DM you if you need support. Remember that only mods in our community are the ones that are answering, and we will never DM you first, ever. If you have a problem, you need to message one of us because we will not message you first. So that's my public service announcement. It's a dirty world out there in crypto, so keep yourself protected, please.
Let's see. It looks like there are some additional questions in AMA channel. So Jack was wondering, is there a particular reason why the auth0 that's a good question, marketplace listing was moved to back burner? I wouldn't say that it's necessarily back burner. I think we're trying to work things as possible. It's just one of those things that we're I believe that was also something that was from the old team as well. So
No. It's in the weekly updates, and I
Mhm.
specifically put it in a section that says back burner.
Oh, okay. No, that's great. I missed that.
And that was definitely something that I started here under the DAO and that we've been working on. So I didn't want to sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to make sure we
I'm
weren't
glad.
getting bad or inaccurate information out there. It's backburnered because we had a bunch of things move up in the priority queue. Listing in the Auth0 marketplace is great and super helpful. An article about how to token gate things is awesome. Not super high on the priority list compared to the other things that we're working on that are critical for the ecosystem. So what I did in the update was help be transparent about the things that we can support. And when something's been deprioritized, that you're aware of it. Writing takes a lot of time, and been doing a lot of writing lately that's related to moves that we're making in the ecosystem. So there's just if one of you guys can figure out how to convert LNR into hours of the day, please let me know. Otherwise, we are time limited. And so we have to constantly be adjusting what's the priority level of any particular moment.
No, it's perfect. Thanks, Jedi. Let's see what else is in there. I think we just got some more questions. So TKB 1617 was asking how to buy an NFT and what's the coin. So NFTs are listed on basically compatible BNB chain stuffs, but OpenSea also has listings like we were talking about. You can do we have an OpenSea link in official links? If not, we can get that added for everybody.
If you're in Discord, just type /buy NFTs and it'll have that link for you.
Perfect.
It's also on OpenSea.io/Lunar Foundation.
Awesome. And then the coin, the ticker is LNR. So as of right now, NFT holders get any sort of beta access first for any of the new releases. They had access to stuff, different things. And as things are released, they'll have access first. So that's one of the things. Crystals also have a multiplier for voting for DAO when it comes to making decisions compared to the actual token. Token also gives you membership into the DAO, which is, helps you lead things or make choices by voting and contributing that way. Let's see, what else can you think of, Jedi? I know we have a whole list of utility.
We do. I want to point out within that, if you do have to possess one LNR in order to be a DAO member. Possessing a token by itself is not enough. So if you want to be able to help use those votes and make decisions, you got to go pick up an LNR on one of our supported chains or one of our supported marketplaces. The utility you get first access to all of our offerings. That's every service that we provide. You get access before anybody else, not LNR holders. Like really the foundation directors, the developers and myself are the only ones that get access to it any earlier than you. And honestly, it's for the directors, it's not by much. So like you're going to get very early access to all of our products, and then discounts on products and services. So as we release a new product, you will be able to plug your token into the ecosystem, or sorry, your NFT into the ecosystem, and be able to get discounts based on the PowerPoints that are available. So, and we're constantly working on more utility within that space. So, stay tuned.
Awesome. I was able to put in the command for the buy crystals, so you guys can follow those for Tofu and OpenSea. OpenSea is where we have listed the Shimmer collection. So let's see what else. Any additional questions? Okay, so you took care of Jack already. And then MJ, how's your health holding up? You doing okay?
Pretty good. I'm a little sick this week actually because my wife and kid had something and they just got over it. Slight cold, no big deal. Honestly, like we have so much to do. I have to lean into the hours when I'm productive, and I usually grab a nap in the late afternoons, spend the evening with my family. Put my wife to bed, and then come back to work for 3 or 4 more hours. I get a ton done in the overnights, and while I can, I just lean into that. I am pretty stout individual health wise. I don't get sick too often. When I do get sick, it doesn't tend to affect me that much. I am planning on taking a little time off tomorrow because aside from the Ant-Man opening day, it is also the premiere of the final season of Star Trek Picard. And I intend to watch that probably 2 or 3 times before the day is over. So I will be taking a little bit of a break tomorrow. I do pace myself, but look, this crap excites me. I was up until like 6, something like that, this morning, working on blog posts and building graphics and doing all kinds of fun stuff. That just excites me what's going on right now. So I lean into it when I can. I step back when I can't, and I'm looking forward to the day when we can expand and have more people full time that can help out. But I'm good health wise. I do appreciate that. I do a pretty good job of taking care of myself. My wife would probably say I could do better. But anybody has room for improvement on just about anything. So it is what it is. But thank you, Cristobal. I appreciate that.
All right. Anything else added in there that I may have missed?
No, I don't know if there's anything else we can talk about right now. We got new Hefe. No, Hefe. I had to go back to the coffees for a little bit because I decided they bring me joy, and as it's a balance. I only do 1 tall white mocha a day, which is not what the fudders on CMC would say. Apparently, I've been stealing all of our funds to shove white mochas down my gullet. Quad venti, whatever. Not true. I do need a little joy in my life, and so I have had white mochas again. I'll transition off of that back later when we have more people and the caffeine jolt is not necessary. But what was I going to say? So one of the things I'm really excited about, folks, with everything that's been changing, are a lot more of the stuff that we're doing and have been talking about, and that's been on the governance platform, is going to be public. Is going to be on blog posts and stuff like that. So as you're starting to see more stuff hit the blogs, you'll see us talk about more of that on CMC. You'll see us posting about it more on CMC. please get in there, leave comments, share the Twitter posts and whatever. We're working really hard for you folks to get the token volume up, to increase our marketing in ways that doesn't cost money, and get to the point where we can get the deal fully executed. We are at peak efficiency on that right now, I would say, and we've got a lot of great stuff going on, but the rest doesn't happen without your help. So please support the ecosystem. I really want to be able to. I'm excited about getting Mint out the door, which is what we'll be focusing on as soon as I am finished with the Lunar.io site and a number of other ancillary things that we'll be able to announce here soon. So appreciate all of you folks, and keep up the great work.
Any last questions from anyone? Feel free to tag if you need to. I don't see anything. Any hands raised? Doesn't look like it. So you guys are just fully informed. I'm taking it as.
Perfect.
Well, awesome. We appreciate you guys, and we had a really good turnout. I think the highest I saw was what, like 43 or something. So AMAs will continue to be the first and third Wednesdays of months. If we do something really exciting, we'll announce and let you guys know that we're going to do a special one, something like that. That sound okay to you, Jedi?
Yeah, sounds great.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, again, we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you have a wonderful day.
Take it easy, everybody. See you in 2 weeks.